Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's that time of year here in Eastern Ontario where we get some equipment, head out into the bush, and start tapping maple trees so we can hopefully make some maple syrup. I have just put this tap in, and look at that flow rate. That's fantastic. Come join me for today's video, and you'll see how I tap a number of trees and start collecting sap. The snow is deep, so walking around the acres is not an option. So what I do is slap on my cross-country skis so I can move about more easily. I'm a little bit lucky in that there's a very thick crust on the snow because of all the freezing and thawing that we've had recently. This will make it easier for me. I won't be sinking in anywhere from 12 to 18 inches of snow, but it'll also mean that Blue will be able to run around and join me out in the back acres also. I'm nearly ready to go. I just have to throw on my backpack, grab my poles, and head out. In my backpack, I have the necessary equipment for the job ahead. So what does this mean? I have 4 buckets with their lids. I have a drill with the proper size drill bit, 7/16, and that drill bit is the right size for the taps that I have. And of course I have those taps, those spouts that I'm going to hammer into the trees. With my glasses on and adjusted, it's time to head out, and let's hope I don't ski over Blue in the making of this video. I managed to put up 8 taps, that's 8 buckets, over the course of 2 days. And it's 2 different days, one being hotter than the next, so you're going to see me wearing a couple different jackets and maybe even hats through this video. That's the reason why it was over a couple of days. So there's a good sized tree right there. I'm going to find out in a second if that's a maple or an oak. Let's go have a closer look. But I think so. Let's take a closer look at these shriveled, dried up. Oh my goodness. We've got ourselves a maple. But we're going to get a tap on that. See if we can get some syrup coming out. You can see there's quite a bit of underbrush here. Some thorn bushes, which are quite a mess to get through in the summertime. Not so bad right now, but what I really should have brought with me was a little bit of a saw also. Anyways, not a big issue. I can get in there. We'll get a bucket on it right there. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, my fingers spread apart are about 8 inches. So we know we've got ourselves a tree that's large enough to tap. We need a tree that's a minimum of 10. I'm going to guess this is probably 15 to 16 inches in diameter, so that works. So what do you need for this exercise? At least to get the tree tapped. Forget about boiling up the syrup. But you need a bucket. You need a spout, which you insert into the tree and also hang the bucket from. Need a lid for the bucket to keep all the nasties from falling in. And you need a drill. This drill bit in this one is 7/16. It's what's recommended for mounting this spigot in the tree. And of course you need a hammer to tap the spout in, hence the name tapping a tree. So, let's get this underway. I want to go in about 2 inches, so right about there. And you want to go in at an angle. About like that. Allows the sap to drip out. So I've gone in about the 2 inches that I wanted to go in. The hole is really clean. Now it's a cold day today. I expect that these are going to start producing sap when it warms up later today, and of course tomorrow when it's plus 10 degrees. So here's the spout. Like I said, have to be careful with these. That's not going any further. I washed out the buckets this morning. Again, when you boil your sap, like, you literally are boiling it. So you want these to be as clean as possible, but you will be boiling off any impurities that might get introduced in the process here. Blue is right beside me here. I don't think you can see her. And then the lid is designed with these little pins, little rods. Right in here, and attaches to the spigot, covers the bucket. Boom. When that warms up, we should get some sap out of that tree. Okay, so that's the first one. First one done. Hey, Blue. Blue, how you doing? There's Blue in the woods, having fun. It was not easy going out there. Although there was a crust, I often broke through and went down, as you can see, quite a bit. It really slowed things down, especially when you got into this thick underbrush. And yes, I dropped the buckets quite often. This is probably the biggest tree I have on my property. It's the second tree I'm tapping on the first day when I was out tapping the trees. Unfortunately, and I don't have a picture of it to show you, but unfortunately if you were to see the top part of the tree, you'd see that part of it is not doing so well. There are some dead branches up above. So I'm not so sure this is going to be a very productive tree. I'm now on my way to the back half of the property, so using these skis was extremely helpful, even though I was a little bit wobbly at times. I also want to thank my friend Eric. I have all this maple syrup equipment and I haven't used it for several years. Eric was the one who said to me the other day, "Hey, you've got that property, why aren't you out there making maple syrup?" So Eric, if you're listening, a thanks goes out to you for reminding me and encouraging me to get off my butt and try to make some maple syrup. It's now time to return to the bucket I started with in this video. This is the bucket I just installed, and that's dripping quite a bit. Because the sap clearly started running this morning, this was not running 2 days ago. The temperatures have hit the right levels for it to start running. I'm actually going to change my plans for today. I was planning just to put up 4 buckets, but what I'm going to have to do is haul around my sled with the buckets so that if I do have some full sap buckets out there, I can unload and bring the sap back to the shed for storage. Okay, this is fantastic news. There was nothing coming out of the tree 2 days ago. 2 days ago it was still below zero. You hadn't had the warm temperatures during the day yet. And it just goes to show you that there literally is that crossover point when the temperature goes a few degrees above freezing point during the day and then drops back down below freezing during the night. This is when the sap starts to run. I'll be doing a number of maple syrup videos, so please come back to see how I get along. with trying to make some maple syrup.